Welcome to FBB Forum. My name is David, and this podcast is dedicated to all the amazing women of bodybuilding. If you like this content, please be sure to like and follow the FBB Forum YouTube and Instagram pages. I also wanted to shout out Eunice and JoJo from Bad Rap Clothing. I've got one of their shirts on now, for sponsoring the Triple O Dynasty this past weekend. I'm very pleased to welcome the stunning IFBB pro women's physique competitor and Olympian Jeannie Feldman to the podcast. Jeannie has an amazing track record as a bodybuilder, including 4 Olympia appearances. Her most recent show was the 2024 Tampa Pro show, where she just got edged out of first place by the amazing Zama Benta. And then in 2023, she competed at the Tampa Pro, Atlantic Coast Pro, and the Olympia. Stay tuned to find out where she'll compete next. Welcome, Jeannie. It's really great to see you, and I've been a big fan of yours for many years.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I can't remember if I told you, but I live in Tampa, so I've seen you compete probably the last, um, 5 or 6 years now. So yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, you've always been excellent on stage and always brought a great package. So you look great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So my first few questions were about how you got started in bodybuilding, and I was wondering if you had an athletic or a sports background before you started competing.
Yeah, I mean, I've always worked out. I mean, even as a young teenager, my father was a professional boxer and he used to take me to the gym. So that kind of started, my love for the gym there. And just always stuck with working out. And then I got into CrossFit, decided I did that for a few years. And then my husband was a bodybuilder. And once I felt I was done with CrossFit, I figured let's give bodybuilding a shot. And it turned out to be pretty good. So in 2016, I did my first show as a figure competitor and I qualified for nationals, the Miami Nationals. And then I decided to switch because the judges told me that I was a little too muscular for figure
Okay.
to consider going into physique, that I would do better in physique. So I crossed over maybe 10 days before nationals. I decided to go to women's physique from
Oh, really?
figure.
Wow.
And my second show, 2017, my national show, I became pro.
Wow.
And yeah, and I haven't stopped since.
That's amazing. That's really interesting with your dad being a pro boxer. Was he um uh how long did he compete as
Oh,
a
he
pro?
did it for many years. I was born in Panama and my father was a policeman. And after he finished his boxing career, he started training. He worked in a prison and he started training the prisoners for boxing and changed a lot of their lives and gave them purpose in life. And just
Wow.
that whole experience with my dad and everything, but has really, resonated with me and just, I guess without even thinking about it, really, you know, guided me in the way of, fitness.
That's terrific. That's so cool. That's really neat. That's a neat
Yeah.
background. And I was curious with CrossFit, did you I know it seems like a lot of CrossFit ladies get injured. Did you have much injuries there?
I was always really good about not pushing myself on the days that I felt that I didn't, it wasn't feeling right. So I've never, thank God, I've never had any injuries, but I was tired of just overusing certain body parts and, waking up sore all the time and just it was exhausting. I loved it, but I wanted something a little bit more slow pace. And that's when I decided I think I would give bodybuilding a shot. I mean, it's slow pace, but and at the same time, it's very intense.
Yeah,
So
that's
it gave me
true.
that intensity that I love, but at the same time, slowing the pace down as far as like, the workouts were completely different.
I got you. I understand. Yeah, that makes sense. I think and yeah, and yeah, CrossFit is tough, I would say. I could see where it would be tough to stay with it for very long just because it just seems like you'd be more prone to injury.
Very hard on the body. And eventually, I think if you do stay with it for too long, then injury starts, you start getting injuries. And that's why I wanted to avoid that.
I got you. No, I totally understand.
I'm not 20 years old anymore, so I can't really, as I get older, I got to think smart and train differently.
Yeah, how old are you, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 52.
52, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're amazing. Yeah, you're
I'm
so
up there. I'm probably one of the older ones there. Yeah, I think I am the oldest probably.
wow, that's so cool. That's awesome. Wow.
Thank
That's
you.
I'm 51, right? Yeah, 51. So
You had to think about it.
52 in October. So
Yeah.
no, that's amazing though. That's terrific. Now,
Yeah.
in terms of was your first bodybuilding contest, did anyone kind of talk you into doing your first contest for bodybuilding, or was it something you kind of self-directed?
I think it was my decision. My husband, when he turned 50, he did his last show. He wanted to give it one more shot. And then I went to the competition and just seeing them up on the stage and everything. I was like, I can do that. And I wanted to give it a shot. And he's like, all right, if you're ready, let's do it. So we tried. And, little did I know that the diet was going to be like so hard. That was so difficult to get used to, the dieting.
Yeah, I
But
bet.
I just got hooked from the first time that I did it. I love being on that stage. I love the whole posing routine, everything leading up to, prep leading up to getting on stage. It's just I fell in love with the sport.
That's terrific. Yeah, and you've definitely excelled at it too. You've done a great job.
Thank you. That's when I knew I belonged. I go, okay, if I'm placing well, then I must be doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you chose women's physique too, because I just think women's physique allows you more creativity, allows you to do the posing routine. And
Yeah. It's
I
got the
prefer
best
it
of
over.
everything, in my opinion. It's just, you can work on every single body part, not have to hold back on certain
Mhm.
body parts. Everything has to be developed. You have to be lean, you have to have the full package. So I love my division.
That's awesome. No, I think you made a good move, I think, and it's the right move for you, to do that one too.
I
So
think so, yeah.
yeah. I was curious, if when you first started or even now, do you have like a kind of a fitness role model or somebody you really look up to in bodybuilding?
I mean, I absolutely love Linda Murray. I mean, I think in her time, she was ahead of her time. She just embodies everything that I love about bodybuilding. She has a very strong, beautiful physique, yet very feminine at the same time. And that's what I like in bodybuilding, that you could be so beautiful and feminine, yet be very strong and have a strong, beautiful physique at the same time.
Yes, I agree with you. I love the fact that she's still really active too. She's
That
still.
too, that too. And she brought back women's bodybuilding in a very strong way when it was dying out, and she just gave all the women bodybuilders another chance. So that in itself, and she's so active and so helpful with with us women competitors. She's just very supportive too.
Yes, I agree with you. I think that's great. I like the interview she and who was it she interviewed with? Now I forget her co-host, but she interviewed with Sherry Pirami, and it was a really good interview too. So, oh,
Yeah.
it's Alina Popa. That's right. Yeah.
Alina Popa, that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I did that, and I went up to Arizona. I did the interview with them after I won the Tampa Pro the first time I won it, and I had the honor of going there and being interviewed by Linda.
Oh yeah, she's just really amazing, and it just so sweet too. I've talked to her a couple times at shows, and just an
Very
incredible
sweet.
woman.
Yeah, very, very sweet.
There's a legend, in the sport. Yeah, she's so humble
Exactly.
too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, I was curious, when you first did a bodybuilding show, as a figure competitor, was it nerve-wracking for you to get up on stage in bikini? Just having such little clothing on the big stage like that.
Um, I don't, that wasn't so nerve-wracking as what it was to remember my posing. The
Mhm.
posing was like, that's what made me nervous. I didn't mind the suit and everything. I felt beautiful in my suit. And I didn't mind the big crowd, because once you get up there, you really don't see the people. It's just you're so into your, at the you're in the moment. But what did make me nervous is the posing,
Really?
just
Yeah,
remembering the poses and making sure that I did it right, not embarrassing myself up there,
I gotcha. I
not
understand.
tripping because I had to wear the heels. So
Yeah, were
and
you
stuff like
glad to ditch the heels probably?
that. Yeah, yeah, I can move around a little easier.
Yeah, yeah. Those
Yeah,
heels are so tall. They don't look easy to deal with. And plus you have to keep your legs tight and everything. It just,
right.
yeah, it
Well,
just
that's
looks
why they
really,
get less posing than we do. We can we can do a lot more maneuvers and stuff on the ground and different types of poses because we don't have
yeah,
to be, thank God.
yeah, that's true. You're like 6 inches closer to the ground there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. No, that's cool. How about now? Do you get nervous on stage, or are you just like it's just second nature to you?
Um, I always get nervous. Right before when you're walking up those steps to get onto the stage and everything, you always get nervous.
Hmm.
You always have this you want to win the show so bad. I'm at a level right now that I want to win the show. It's not
Yeah,
just going up there and bringing a pretty package and just say, "Oh, hey, what a great night. I want to go to the Olympia." So that,
yeah.
that's what makes me nervous because I just want it so bad. And that's what makes me nervous. Not so much maybe getting up there and doing the posing and all that. That's maybe more second nature, but it's the fact of, okay, I want to win this like really bad.
I totally understand, and especially, well, that was my next question about the Olympia was, I know that um, you qualified 4 times, and I was wondering what was your highest placing at the Olympia?
2022, I placed sixth.
Nice. Oh, you got top six. That's great.
Top six,
Yeah.
yeah. Last year, I mean, not yet last year, the year before that, I got 10th.
10th. Oh, yeah. So
Yeah.
the top 10 is good though, too.
Yeah, it was disappointing because, I was, going in on 2022, I wanted to be better than sixth place, but it didn't turn out that way. So, but it's okay.
Yeah, totally. I understand.
Yeah.
I thought you looked good at all those Olympias, definitely. And
Thank
but
you.
that's a
First one was nerve-wracking, but I was just happy to be there. Second one, I wasn't feeling like myself, and a lot of things went wrong, and it was, yeah,
hmm,
not so good. But then again, still happy to be there. But
yeah, I got you.
as you go, the years go by, every time you want to be better and better and better.
Oh yeah, definitely. It is I've visited I think 3 Olympias now, but it's amazing like the kind of production they put on and all the lights and just the sound and everything. It's really quite impressive, I think.
It's super impressive, but at the same time, like it's funny because you're backstage and it's just another stage.
Yeah,
It's just it's you go through the whole thing, and then when you look back at it and you're like, wow, I was on that stage. So it's like when it's after the fact that you look back and you're like, wow, you know, but when you're backstage and you're getting ready and everything, it feels like any other competition.
I got you. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah. I bet you probably liked it when it was in Orlando because it was so convenient to get to Orlando.
Very convenient. I liked it, but then again, there's something about having the Olympia in Vegas.
Yeah,
It feels more, I don't know, it feels more like the Olympia. It was good, it was convenient, but at the same time, you just, you want that whole effect of the Olympia of traveling to Vegas, staying in Vegas, and it's just a whole other experience.
I know what you mean. And having gone to Vegas last year, I kind of understand what you mean with that. Yeah, it was kind of special to be there in Vegas
Yeah,
and see it there. Yeah, you're right. But it is convenient though to be in Orlando.
it was. I think I did two Olympias and two in Orlando and two in Vegas.
Oh,
So
did you? Oh, yeah, that's
I
cool.
got to
Yeah.
experience both.
Yeah, that's great. It would be nice if they would alternate that again, get East Coast and West Coast people.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't mind that. As long as I'm up there, I don't care where it is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Um, Now I know we in the intro I mentioned you just had the one competition last year, the Tampa Pro, where you got second place and you just missed out on the Olympia qualification. I was curious, did you hope to do more shows last year too?
I wanted to do more shows. I was going to go on and do more shows, but I had some health issues as far as like I had some gastro issues with my stomach, and it was just really affecting my look on stage, and the judges were telling me that my stomach was a little extended, And I didn't
Mm,
want to go up on stage looking like that again. And I wasn't feeling well either. It was just very uncomfortable.
mm,
And I figured I would take, the rest of the season off and get better and then come back strong this year.
that's great. No, I
Yeah.
think that makes sense. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
My husband had a little health issues as well. So that year was a little strange and, so I figured maybe, this it wouldn't be a bad idea just to, sit back and just ride this one out and not, not compete.
Oh, I totally understand that. No, I think that's smart to do that, and you got to look out for your health too. I think that's important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Very important. And
Um,
bodybuilding is all about, it's not just me doing the bodybuilding, it's my whole family too. At the same time, it's my husband, and he's my trainer. So, and, my kids and everything. So it affects everybody.
yeah, no, I totally understand that. No, that's a good point. No, it is, and um, and it does. I think it definitely takes a village to really get up on the
Absolutely.
Olympia stage because there's so much hard work behind that, but the support system behind it's important too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, where do you hope to compete this upcoming year? And I bet Jeannie fans would love to see you compete again.
Oh, yeah. I'm itching to get back on stage. I'm ready.
That's awesome.
So, like I said, probably Tampa. Definitely the Linda Murray, the Atlanta Pro Show. That's something I want to do.
Okay.
And I don't know. There's another one that's the Daytona Pro. I've never done that one. So I figured if I feel like, I mean, obviously if I win a show, then I'll end right there. I'm not going to keep on going.
Yeah.
I don't want to take any other women's placings for, you know what I mean, give other women opportunity to go to the Olympia. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so if I win the Tampa, then great. If not, then we'll go on to the Linda Murray. If not, then we'll go on to the Daytona.
Okay. Terrific. Yeah. Um, is Tampa before the Atlanta show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tampa is August 2nd, 3rd. And then the Atlanta Pro, I believe, is the 16th. 16th.
Oh, okay. So it's a little bit later. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's great. Yeah. August is kind of stacked with shows. It's a lot of
it is.
shows.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah.
Now I was curious, would you ever consider moving to women's bodybuilding division?
Um, I mean, I haven't really, I mean, I get asked this question quite a bit. Um, I am one of the smaller women in my division.
Yeah.
I would have to put on quite a bit of size. I feel like I still haven't reached my maximum level at this division. I feel like I still have room to grow and get better at this
Yeah.
division.
I
So I
gotcha.
kind of want to do that. And then if it takes me on to women's bodybuilding later on, if I reach, then I'll consider it, I guess. But I don't know. At this point, I'm not sure. I still want to, be my best at this division.
Yeah, I gotcha. I understand. And I
Yeah.
do think women's physique is the right one for you too. We had talked a little bit about before we started recording about Sherry Priami moving from
Right.
physique to bodybuilding, and she's about the same age as you too. So,
Yes,
um,
I
so
believe. Yeah.
and but yeah, she's really grown into that division. She's gotten big.
Yeah, she made huge improvements. Yeah, she put on some good size. And I mean, I would have to put on quite a bit of size in order to be competitive enough to stand on that lineup like that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So for now, I think I'm good.
Oh no, totally. I understand that. No, I think you're in the right spot. Sure. Um,
Thank you.
now I was curious, do you miss like the Olympia qualification system with points that they used to have? I was a little sad when they did away with the point system.
Well, to be honest, I mean, I benefited from it twice. My first and second Olympia were I qualified by points.
Oh, did you? Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I did.
Okay.
And then my third and fourth, I won the Tampa Pros.
Okay.
So I mean, I think do I miss it? I think I'm at a point right now that I just want to win a show. So for me, myself, I don't think it really affects me.
Okay. Yeah.
But I feel for like women that are just starting right now, that just got their pro cards, or to give them a chance. I think you know, it would be great for them to have that chance to qualify with points, you know.
Yeah. I
So
agree.
I
Yeah.
thought it was a good thing to have the points. Yeah.
I think so too. I liked having the point system, and I was kind of surprised when they did away with it. But
Yeah.
um, and I was thinking with women's physique and women's bodybuilding in particular, there's still, still not a lot of opportunities to win a show per se.
It's true.
So it's
Yeah.
just another, you know, path to get there to the Olympia, of course,
Right.
and not
And
an easy
so
path
you
too.
have a
It's a
lot
tough
of,
path.
I'm sorry, you have a lot of competitors that will go and redo, even though they win a pro show, will do it again,
Yeah, that's
take
true.
a spot away.
Hmm.
So I'm all about giving other opportunities to other women that want to compete, you know?
Yeah,
So that to me, I mean, maybe people will get mad at me about saying that, but I feel it's unfair. You
yeah.
know,
I understand
something
that.
I would not do.
I agree with you on that. Actually, I because it, especially with the limited opportunities that are available. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think
Yeah.
that's important to kind of keep those open. and
Yeah.
and I think once you want a show, you really should focus on the Olympia because then we'll
Exactly.
focus on winning the Olympia,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just, I mean, I think Sarah does that very well. She's Miss Olympia and she does that show and that's it, you know?
Mhm.
So she
Yeah.
focuses mainly on the Olympia, and I think she's a great representative of she represents our division great, and she's just amazing.
Yes, I agree. I love the prize money that she offers for Texas too.
Yeah, and to see that her put to do that for us, for our division, and to represent us like that is amazing. That's a
Yeah.
true Olympian. That's a true Miss Olympia, that gives back, from and uses her title to give back to her division.
Yeah, I agree. I understand that. Yeah. Um, I was curious if there's any advice you could provide to ladies who are seeking to earn their pro card. I know, of course, it's a lot of hard work and dedication, but any other advice you could provide from being a top pro?
I mean, honestly, it's if this is something that you love to do and this is what you want, just keep on pushing, and it takes time. It's not from one day to another. You don't turn pro from one day to another. Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm
no
in my
worries.
gym, so I have like people coming in and out.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Just keep at it, and keep at it and listen to the judges, whatever they advise you to do. Just listen to them, and work on whatever your weaknesses are, and just keep on going. That's what I did. Just, for me, for example, when I first started, my upper body was always very well developed, but my lower body, it took time for it to catch up. I'm still trying to catch up my lower body to my upper body.
Yeah.
And I just, worked hard at it, and then it pays off little by little. You'll see the results, and all your hard work will pay off if you give it 101%.
That's great advice. No, I think I appreciate that. Yeah, I know it's a lot of hard work. Yeah.
It's a passion. So when you're passionate about something, it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good way of putting it. Definitely. No, that's true. Um, in terms of what do you think is your best muscle group and what do you think needs the most improvement? You mentioned legs earlier, but
My back is definitely my best
yeah,
body part. I've been told that I have one of the best backs in my division. And my legs, of course, my hamstrings and my quads, to put on some size, you know.
yeah,
So that's yeah. Been working hard on these legs to catch up with the upper body. The upper body develops very easily, but my lower body has been, you know, it's been tough. But
I
I
understand.
grind away. Yeah.
That's tough. I know it's hard to do, and your back is really amazing. Yeah, like and you have like a nice V taper too. Your lats are really
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I think I guess that's genetics too. I mean, it's sometimes
Yeah,
it's really hard to grow your legs genetically,
I know. I have my dad's long, skinny legs.
Oh, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And believe it or not, I have my mom's upper body because she's wide, so I have her upper body, but I have my dad's long, skinny legs.
Oh really? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
Before I
Um,
started bodybuilding, my legs were like really, really skinny.
really? Oh well. I guess in boxing probably more important to have a big upper body too, because
Yeah.
you, yeah. 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 Um, Now you mentioned that your husband is your trainer. Is he basically like your prep coach too?
Yes.
Oh, he is. Oh, cool.
He's my everything. He's my prep coach, my trainer, yeah, he does everything for me.
Terrific. That's great. And what's
Yeah.
his name again? I've seen his name before.
Martin Feldman.
Martin. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, very
Yeah.
cool. I was curious how long did he compete as a bodybuilder?
He competed in bodybuilding. Well, he started in the 90s.
Really?
So yeah, and all that in Miami, the whole bodybuilding scene in the 90s, he was a part of that. His
Hmm.
last show was 2000, I think it was 2015. He did his last show.
Oh, wow. Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Oh, I see his poster back there too, Marty Feldman.
Yes. You
Oh,
can see
that's
him.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's him.
And did he end up turning pro or did
No,
no?
no.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, that's
He
cool.
didn't he didn't, I mean, he did it like in the 90s, he competed, and then he had a long break after that, and then he decided to do that last show in 2015, and he was done.
Oh,
He
that's
likes to
cool.
eat too much. He can't diet.
Oh, I bet he's really proud of you though, and your success.
Yeah, he is. He is.
That's
He is.
awesome.
But I mean, my success is his success. It's ours
Yeah, that's
together.
true. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome. I think that's great.
Yeah.
And obviously he's very supportive of you and
Yeah.
um do you work with him on posing too, or do you have a posing coach?
I have a posing coach. He's not,
Oh,
he's good at posing, but I have a posing coach that, sometimes like, I needed more specific, like we're so busy too. We have so many clients at the gym too, but he helps them more, I think he's better at men's posing. Whereas, I needed somebody that understood women's physique a little bit more, and, somebody to come up with, a whole routine with music and everything. So
hmm.
I have a coach that's been with me since the beginning. So he's great.
Oh, cool. What's his name?
Um, he calls himself Andre, but he's not, I mean, he's known as a posing coach. He's been around for the bodybuilding scene for very, very long. But he I don't know if many people know of him like that, but here in Miami, he's very well known.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he's been doing bodybuilding too for ages, and posing. He's been a posing coach for many, many, many years.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah, he's a
terrific.
close
Yeah.
friend too. So
Does he help you with the mandatories and the routine? Yeah.
everything,
Oh yeah.
mandatories, he'll come up with a whole routine for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he does everything for me. So I don't even have to think, because I'm not very good at coming up with routines and stuff like that. He'll pick my song, or we'll pick it together and see if it works for me.
Nice.
He knows my style more or less.
I think your posing is great. Yeah, it's really graceful and yeah,
Thank
you
you.
look
It could be better.
fantastic.
There's women that their posing is just art. I'm
Yeah.
unfortunately not one of those. I have to
Oh,
get
I don't
that.
know about that.
Yeah. It doesn't just flow with me that easily.
Oh, I got you. I understand, but I
Yeah.
think your posing is great though. So you're doing good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no problem. Now I was curious, what would you say is the most challenging aspect of prep for you?
Um, Honestly, it's just juggling life with prep at the same time, owning a
Yeah.
business, having clients, and just, my energy level towards the end of prep, and, juggling life. But other than that, as far as diet, I've been doing it for so long already that, it's just second nature. It doesn't, I mean, yeah, there's days that, I have a sweet tooth and I love sweets. So that I struggle with that a little bit. I love training, so that doesn't, so I don't know if I struggle. I think maybe it's just the energy level, and just like I said, juggling life and, you know, being able to get everything done at the same time, take care of myself, making sure that my prep doesn't suffer, but yet my business doesn't suffer as well.
I got you. I understand. I think it would be tougher closer you get to show and you kind of got you're
Yeah,
depleted and you got
that's exactly when it starts getting tough. Yeah.
yeah, kind of get the prep brain going and it's just like
Yeah, I have fog, but my clients, they understand and they know. So they're very supportive and very understanding.
and is that now when you mention clients, do you work with like personal training clients?
Yes, so I have clients that I personal train, and not so much competitors, but everybody, every day people trying to get healthy, and I prefer to deal with the regular people just trying to get fit, and I do a lot of nutrition with them, nutrition plans. I do meal preps with them.
Nice.
We have a few competitors, but my husband deals with the competitors.
Oh yeah, I
I get
got you.
frustrated dealing with competitors because I feel like sometimes people don't understand how what goes into it. They feel like it's a lot easier, and then when they see how much work it goes into prep, then they don't take it as serious. And then when I see that people don't take it as serious, I it bothers me.
I got
I
you.
don't have the patience.
No, I understand that. I've heard that from other folks too that are trainers that working with lifestyle clients is a little bit easier than working with
Yes,
bodybuilding competitors.
yes.
Um, and maybe the competitors can be kind of divas too, so
I
yeah.
think, regular people getting fit, and just trying to get healthy, they're so much more appreciative. They're,
Yeah.
it's just a lot more easygoing, and it's just, it's not so intense like getting, a competitor ready, and then if they don't do well, then it falls back on you, and
Yeah,
it's just very intense. I don't know if I can deal with somebody not doing well. It's just the stress of it. It's very stressful.
I understand that. No, that makes sense. And I know you mentioned before we started recording, you're in like a home gym now. Is that right? Or where you are sitting now?
It's yeah, it's what, about 2,500 square feet.
Oh yeah.
So it's by appointment. So we
Okay.
have, our regular clients that come, and it's by appointment. It's one-on-one.
Okay. And
Yeah.
that's it. That's where you train them. Is that gym?
Yeah, I train them here in my facility over here.
Nice.
And I mean, we do everything from, like, I guide them with macros and their nutrition, and all the way up to cooking their meals for them too.
Oh wow, that's very good.
Yeah.
That's
So
nice.
it's like a
Yeah.
one-stop shop. So you get fitness and nutrition and food.
Oh wow, that'll
Yeah.
keep you busy, I bet, though, too.
Oh, I'm busy. Yeah,
Do
it's
you
a lot of
actually
work.
do you have space for more clients?
For more what? I'm sorry.
For more clients?
Yeah, yeah, we do.
And do you work with online clients too, or do you just in
Yeah,
person?
I do some online work with some clients as well too.
Oh, do you? Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah.
Um, Miami's a cool place too. That's such a crazy city though, but it's fun down there.
It's crazy, all right. I actually want to move to where you're at up there, it's Tampa, or maybe open my gym up there,
Oh
we'll see.
yeah, that's a great bodybuilding community in Tampa for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Um,
maybe get away a bit from the craziness, the Miami craziness.
yeah,
I need a
it
little
is.
something a little slower pace.
I like to visit there, but yeah, that wouldn't
Yeah,
necessarily live there because it's
but
a little
that's it. To
too
live here,
crazy for
it's
me.
it's tough.
I was there just a few weeks ago and it was fun. I couldn't believe I went there during spring break, but it wasn't as busy at the beach for spring break because they're trying to deter people from
Oh
coming and
yeah, they cut
it,
down on that. They put down some laws that you can't be there after, can't have serve alcohol after a certain time. It was bad. It would get really bad.
yeah, I heard that the businesses there are hurting though because some of them are closing down because they're not getting the business they
Well,
used to.
yeah, I'm sure they got a lot of good business out of everybody that traveled down here to for spring break. But at the same time, there was a lot of businesses, getting destroyed, and a lot of, just a lot of
Oh,
craziness, especially at the beach.
I know the craziness was too much. I understand why they cut it back like they did and deterred people. It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, let me see. Now, in terms of but now living in Miami, do you find that you have a supportive bodybuilding community there?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a big also a big community down here, a bodybuilding community too.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't really I'm more, to myself.
Hmm.
So it's like, I mean, I know everybody in the bodybuilding, especially here in Florida. I mean, we have a ton of shows over here. I
Yeah,
do try to help out where I can, um, show my face, and help out and mingle with the bodybuilding community. But for
yeah,
the most part, I'm very much to myself
sure.
and to my business, and
Oh, I'm sure that keep you busy too. So yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Mm.
But I mean, I love my bodybuilding people and my bodybuilding community, and that's why I love competing too, because we we gather together. I see people that women competitors from Europe and everywhere that I haven't seen in a while, and I get to see them again. You build a sisterhood with them, so
Yeah.
it's nice.
And Miami is such an international community. I mean, people come from all over to
Yeah,
visit there. So yeah, I bet you get to see some pretty
yeah,
cool pros that way too.
yeah. The Tampa Pro attracts a lot of great competitors,
It does.
so you see a lot of big name competitors there.
I know. It's a great show. Yeah. I'm excited
I've
about
done
it.
it every year since I started competing. Every
Re- I,
single year I competed at the Tampa Pro.
I think I've seen you most of those years. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
'Cause,
that's nice.
yeah, just because it's such a good
So when I
show.
see you there next time, like walk up to me so I can, meet you face to face.
Oh, I will definitely. No, I will.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Thank you. Um, now I wasn't sure. Are your parents still alive?
Yes.
Oh, cool. And do they
They
support
live
your
here in
bodybuilding?
Miami. Yeah.
Oh, they do. Oh, cool. Do they
Yeah.
support your bodybuilding efforts?
Yes. My dad is my biggest fan.
Great.
He's so proud. My mom is supportive, but my mom is a typical Latin lady that she tells me in the beginning when I first started competing, she would always tell me, but don't get too big.
Okay,
Like, she would always tell me like, oh, but don't lose your femininity, or don't. I'm like, I won't. But now she's on board.
that's terrific. Well,
Yeah.
how old are they? Your folks?
My dad is 80 and my
Mm,
mom is 76.
wow, that's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so cool that they did they come to your shows too?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not all the time, but yeah, when they can.
And I was curious, do you have siblings too?
I have a sister, she lives in Denmark, and I have a brother that lives here in Miami too.
Oh, cool. Do they support your bodybuilding
Oh
efforts?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's nice.
Everybody is amazing. Everybody's supportive. Everybody, you know, it's amazing how much, I always thought that people would frown upon women's bodybuilding, and which in the beginning, you do feel that a little bit, but now it's so, like, people love it, people embrace it. Everywhere I go, like people will be like, wow, the dedication. I get more positive comments than I do negative,
Great.
and it's just nice, just you're doing whatever you're passionate about, and people would just, you can inspire people just by them looking at you, because
Yeah,
they know that you're so dedicated and you put so much work into the way you train and your whole lifestyle.
I think that's terrific. Yeah. Um, no, and I've talked to a lot of ladies whose families don't support them and
Yeah.
they don't understand. So that's great that it's good to have your family support you like that.
Yeah. And I'm so grateful because my husband's also into bodybuilding, because I could just imagine being in a marriage where one, if your husband doesn't support you, it's bodybuilding takes so much of your time and so much
Mhm.
of your life. It's 24/7 if you think about it, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So to have somebody that's not supportive or that's not into the sport, it's very difficult.
Yeah, I gotcha. No, yeah, I think some relationships have ended because of that,
I'm
so
sure. I'm
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yeah,
And there's the moodiness because you're on prep, and then you can't go out, you can't enjoy a normal life, while you're on prep. So it's all those things, it affects a relationship.
yeah, I understand that. Yeah, yeah. What wanted to elaborate on what you said too about Latinas maybe being like wanting to be more demure, not necessarily wanting to do bodybuilding because of that. Do you think is that And but there are several Latinas that are involved in it too. Is that something
Oh
that kind
yeah,
of did?
there's a lot. Hold on 1 second.
No
Hold
problem.
on. Alex.
Oh, just in terms of Latinas being maybe considering they wouldn't necessarily want to do bodybuilding because that it's not demure like or feminine enough maybe or perceived that way.
Yeah, well, I think Latinas or Latin people are very much into fitness.
Yeah,
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 very, very much. I mean, you can see Brazil, like with the whole wellness. You can see Colombia, very much into looking good and just being into fitness itself. So I think
yeah,
it's pretty much acceptable. When I mentioned my mom, I think it's like the older generation.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
they're they're the ones that are kind of like, okay, if a little iffy about it, but I think Latin America in general, they're very, very much about fitness and bodybuilding.
Okay, that's cool. I understand, and that makes sense too. With the it's less cultural but more generational kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause, yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Hmm.
Now I know that you're a muscle mama and you have the three kids, and
Yeah.
what are their ages, and do they support your bodybuilding efforts too?
Yeah, they're amazing. I mean, my 25-year-old, yeah, they love coming to the gym and they're not necessarily into bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And then my 23-year-old and his girlfriend actually, I got her ready for a bikini show.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
terrific.
so that was
Wow.
amazing. That I was super happy about that. She loves, and she probably wants to do it again. And she did really well. And she's
Nice.
got a good future in it if she decides to pursue it.
Gotcha.
And then
Yeah.
my little one, he likes to work out, but I don't know about bodybuilding. None of them are showing like, maybe it'll come later on in life. I don't know.
Yeah, you said your youngest is 15.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so he's still probably in high school and stuff, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool though. That's great that they support you, and um
They're amazing.
that's neat that you helped your middle son's girlfriend too get it ready for a show.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's beautiful. Yeah, she did really, really well. I was very proud.
Oh, I bet. That's terrific. Yeah. I just have a few more questions for you. I was curious, what would you say is the most misunderstood aspect of bodybuilding by the outside world, the general public?
I want to say that people think that um the whole steroid use, like that you look like that because you take steroids, but they don't understand that the real work is done in the gym, that we're here day in, day out.
Yeah.
Um, it's the way we eat, it's the way we sleep, it's the way we, or everything that we do has to do. It's not just the supplements that we take and stuff like that. That's just a little part of it.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it's like, what we do here in the gym day in, day out, um, on our everyday life, day in, day out. It's not just about, the supplements. It's hard work, it's dedication. It's a lot that goes into it. So I hate when people say that, oh, well, because you look like that because you do this or you do that. I'm like, no, it's I bust my butt in here every day. And especially at my age, we have to work even harder because for us to grow muscle, at our age, it's even harder.
Yeah, I
But,
understand.
so
No,
that's the only thing really that comes in mind. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's the only thing really that comes to my mind.
I got you. I understand. And I think that's a good point too, because y'all, it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of kind of mental fortitude too. I don't think people realize like how hard it is to live that
Yeah. They
lifestyle.
think it's just, oh yeah, you pop a pill and then all of a sudden next day, or this is a good one too, because I'll get like, for example, you get a client that comes in and she's like, oh, I want to work out, but I don't want to get big like you. And I'm like, well, do you know how many years it took me to get this, to look like this? This was
Yeah.
not from one day to another, and definitely not from the workouts that you're about, you're going to get a good workout, but not, I push myself in a different way. This is a lot more extreme, a lot more intense, you
Yeah,
know?
that's
So
true.
that when women say that to me, I'm like, don't worry, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a myth, Yeah, I think you're right about that.
Yeah. They're like, it doesn't happen overnight. I
Yeah,
wish on my end, I wish it did.
I know it takes a long time to build up that
Yeah, it's a
physique for
lot of, it's
sure.
years of work and years of developing your body, and even when you get to that size that you want to get, it's about all the little definitions and all the little, every detail
Yeah,
that goes into it.
and it's not really safe. I don't think people necessarily realize it's not safe to be super lean all year round too. I mean, you
Right.
have to give
That's another
yourself.
thing too, that well, they say, oh, it's not a healthy sport. You're pushing your body to an extreme.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
got to make sure you take care of yourself, you monitor yourself, you do your blood work and do all that stuff too. But you're pushing your body to an extreme.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Mhm. Um, I was curious, do you ever have to deal much with overbearing fans? And I know the fans listening out there, y'all gotta behave. Don't be sending weird shit.
I love my fans. But yeah, sometimes you get a few that are like, a little overbearing. So, but I try to be nice. I'm never rude. I mean, they've never really made me feel uncomfortable yet like that. You'll get some of them, but I appreciate the fact that they're fans.
Perfect. Yeah.
But you do get a couple funny ones here and there.
Yeah. You can always block those too.
Listen, they come in all shapes and forms. you
That's
know.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and it's good. Is that something you ever expected to have fans like that? Is it kind of weird? You know?
No, and sometimes it's still very strange to me that when people walk up to me or if they send me, or like um walking at a show in Tampa or you're at the Olympia and you're at the expo and people will come up and like, can I take a picture with you? And I'm like, me? I still have that feeling like,
Really?
it's just me. Like I don't, but and then that's when it really like, starts resonating with me like, wow, this is really cool. Like they really admire me and like I'm just doing what I love.
That's awesome,
I
though.
think
Yeah.
it's super cool and I love when people walk up to me and want to take a picture and then, want me to sign, or, an autograph or something. It's amazing. It makes me feel great.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I really like at the Olympia, the meet and greet is really neat, I think, because that's a great way to meet the
Yeah,
fans.
very cool. You see all these people and then, you bring your pictures, you sign them from them. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's one of the best parts of the Olympia, I think. It's
Yeah,
neat.
and then you get to meet a lot of people, for example, that will message you on Instagram, and then you actually see the face behind, the Instagram, and you're like, oh wow, that's great.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that is kind of
Yeah,
nice, isn't it? Yeah, that's nice.
yeah, it's awesome.
In kind of keeping in that theme, I was wondering, do you ever find it hard to keep up with the demands of social media in terms of posting or the DMs that come through and that sort of thing?
I do at some time. I try to post as much as I can. And because being so busy with my business and, doing, also with my training and everything, I try and be on top of it, but it's hard. And, they demand so much more. And, the more you post, the more followers you get. And,
Yeah,
it's a lot of work.
I
You know,
know it
I was
is.
considering maybe hiring somebody just to do videos so that way I can get content out,
Yeah. Oh,
So
that would be great. Yeah, that would.
yeah.
There are several athletes who do that. I think that.
Yeah, when I'm in the middle of my training, the last thing I want to do is like, oh, wait a minute, let me adjust the camera and my workouts are so intense that I can't, focus on that.
Yeah, I gotcha. But having a videographer there, it might be nice. So,
Yeah, I'd
yeah,
have to hire somebody.
just recruit your son to do it. Your 15-year-old.
Yeah, right. They never have time for me. I ask them all the time. They never have time.
Oh no, really?
They have their own
Yeah,
lives.
teenagers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. I was curious, like, what's your opinion on getting more people to show up and show out for the bodybuilding shows? Because when I've been to shows here in the U.S., I'm often kind of disappointed that there's not a great audience.
Yeah,
And especially with the pro shows, it seems like NPC attracts more because there's more family and friends out there. But
yeah, I agree. And not only that, there's certain divisions that attract more people than other divisions. My division and one of the ones that you'll go on pre-judging in the morning, there's nobody,
yeah,
and that's like the whole exciting part of it. That's where you actually get judged, and the night show is cool too and everything. But like women's physique, really, you don't get that much of a crowd. Bikini and men's classic physique and physique, they wellness, they get huge crowds.
yeah, true.
So they're maybe they're not interested in seeing our division as much. So
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I
it
sometimes
is.
I'm the
It's very
only
unfortunate.
I'm like the
I
only
don't know what they could do in order to, to fix that, but
yeah. I do find sometimes the prices are a little bit high on the shows too, or they're chopping up, there'll be like 8 different, ticket prices that all kind of add up to a lot, for the
yeah, it's
course of the
become very
weekend.
expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then who was it was telling me too, because I usually don't do the masters division, but they charge pros to compete in masters now.
that's true. Yeah, they do. Yeah,
I'm like, well, once you become pro, you're not supposed to pay for a show at all.
I
You
know.
pay for your to renew your IFBB your pro card, but why should you have to pay? But whatever, listen. I
I
don't know.
know. I don't necessarily like that either. And I do think that maybe if they lower the prices a little bit, maybe they would get more of a crowd too. But
Say
yeah,
that, or maybe just make more of an experience out of it. Like bring back um what do you call it? Guest posing.
yeah. Oh, that would be nice. Yeah, I
Bring back
like
some
that.
big name guest posers and put them at certain times that you would know it would attract more people. Like put more into it than just watching the
Yeah,
divisions. Make it more interesting. Make something more attractive out of it. Like people love to watch guest posing, you know.
yeah. I know. I
And
like
that's
that.
something that's a sport that's died too. Like, you don't see any more guest posing anymore.
I know you don't see, especially women. You don't see many women doing
Right,
it.
right.
I always thought it'd be neat to see mixed pairs, like guest posing or.
That too, all of that. People love that. So
Mhm.
make a whole show out of it, not just the actual event itself or the divisions itself. Make it more, enticing for people to come in and enjoy it. So if you're going to charge them more, at least, give them more of a show.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Another thing I talk about meet and greet, like why is Olympia like the only one that really has a meet and greet? Like why not do that
Meet the
at the
pro. Well,
Tampa?
they used to do that. They used to
Yeah,
do meet the pros. Do you remember?
at Tampa?
The
Or
Tampa Pro used to do the meet the pros. They used to go and meet the pros, but they did away with that.
yeah,
That's another thing that's nice too, because
Mhm.
the audience want to interact with the athletes.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good idea.
I would love to see that come back too. Yeah, I just feel, and it's just a unique experience at the Olympia to do that. But yeah, I don't understand why the some of the other shows leading up to it don't do that. But yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
don't know.
And I do find when I'm at a show and it's prejudging for women's physique or women's bodybuilding, and it's just crickets out in the audience. I'm
I
like the only one
know.
yelling, so you might hear me
I
yelling.
know. You just get like the few people, whoever's supporting the athletes, the families, and that's it. You don't get any more than that. You know.
Yeah,
Maybe the prejudging should be so early in the morning because nobody wants to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning to go watch women's physique. You know.
I do. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
you
no, I
do. Thank
understand.
God for people like you, though.
No, I know, but yeah.
Yeah.
Or to do it like they did at Triple O where they have prejudging and then finals kind of back to back. And that's
Yeah,
kind of nice
that
for the
too. And get it over
nice
and
for
done with.
it's good for the
Yeah,
audience and
yeah.
the
You'll get more people definitely if I think you start it later, if anything.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um well, thank you for your time. I was just wondering if there's anything I missed that you'd like to address or anybody you'd like to shout out.
I would love to shout out my husband, my trainer, Martin Feldman, my gym design performance in Miami. If anybody wants to stop by and get a good training session, come on by. I'd be more than happy to help you out with that. And
Perfect.
I just want to send love to my suit lady, CJ, that passed away.
Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry about
So
that. Yeah, she was
yeah.
awesome.
And very, very sad about it. And I just we're all so like shocked, but I just want to send my love to her family, and I just I'll miss her so much. She's going to be a great loss to the community, the bodybuilding community.
Oh, I totally agree. I know. And she touched so many lives. I think, she was just
Yeah.
seemed really sweet. I don't think I
I've
ever
been with
met
her
her.
since the beginning, since 2016, my first show. I
Really?
put one of her
Wow.
suits on and I never put on any other suit. I begged her to sponsor me and she sponsored me. And yeah,
Wow.
I'm gonna miss her so much.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, no, and yeah, definitely. I've been really pleased. There's been a lot of great tributes for her
Yeah,
on Instagram and such, and a lot of people who miss her. So yeah,
yeah, very sad.
yeah, it is. Um, and I was curious, are there any other sponsors that you're working with or that you'd like to mention?
Body Bling Jewelry is my sponsor. I work with Pure Encapsulations for my vitamins and supplements. And that's about it. I don't
Okay.
have that many. I had CJ that sponsored me, but that's it.
Okay, terrific. No, that's great. Are you interested in more sponsors or?
Of course, of
Okay,
course.
cool. Just put that out there
Yeah,
for
and
folks listening in. So,
yeah, hey, if they want me to sponsor them, I'm here. It
well, thanks again for your time, Jeannie. It was really good to meet you, and
was an absolute pleasure.
thank
Thank you
you.
so much for having me.
And would you mind doing a couple of flexes for me?
Sure. Let's see.
You're really looking
Can
great. You
you
look like you could. Yeah, I
uh
can see you.
can you see? Yeah.
Uh-huh. You look like you could step on stage now. You look amazing.
Oh, no, I'm far from that. Let
Oh no.
me give you a back.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Am I too tall? I'll do
Oh,
this.
oh, move it up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's cool. Thank you for doing the poses for me. I appreciate
Of
it.
course.
Oh yeah, your back looks great. Wow. Yeah, you
Yeah,
definitely have legendary back there.
thank you. I gotta
Thank you.
lose some of this weight though.
Oh no, you're doing great.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Jeannie.
You're welcome.
Well, yeah, best wishes to you this year in your competitions and
Thank you.
definitely hope to see you at Tampa Pro and maybe some other
Yes, I would
places.
love to meet you
Yeah,
face to
definitely.
face. I met you here, but like, yeah, face to face.
Oh
Yeah,
no, I'll definitely come up and say hi to you for sure.
sounds good. Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.